What up, fight fans? I'm J.Cotto. Welcome to J.Cotto's Fight Page. And I'll be bringing you your boxing news. But first,
what we have here is the Alpha and the Omega. Spit it. Bear witness to the greatest.
yeah, your boxing news. And I tell you, there's a lot of stuff going on in the sport of boxing. And I have to say that before I do my boxing Christmas wish list in December, I'm running out of things to ask for 2017, because it's matches are being made, and I'm so happy. I think they're learning from their mistakes, these promoters and these fighters. I don't know, must be something in their training. But well, here we go, man. For November 2nd, this is your boxing news. Kell Brook says he's interested in the winner of the Pacquiao-Vargas fight. Now, that would be very interesting, but I'm a bit confused here, as well as you should be, because Kell Brook has said he was going to stay at 154 pounds, right? Right? So, I don't know what's going on, but I would like to see a Pacquiao-Kell Brook fight. That would be awesome. And if Vargas beats Manny Pacquiao convincingly, a Kell Brook-Vargas fight would be great as well, but not greater than a Pacquiao-Kell Brook fight. And a lot of people got their money on Manny Pacquiao beating Vargas. I still have my prediction video. I'm still gonna, come up with that most likely on Friday night. But otherwise than that, man, I think that would be a good clash. Now, Shannon Briggs and Lucas Brown will be for the WBA regular title. And let's go, champ. Hashtag the George Foreman run. Now, if Shannon Briggs wins, he will be the only heavyweight to win titles in 3 separate decades. Okay? Now, this is some serious stuff here. A lot of people were laughing their butts off, etc., when this match was made. But you have to understand that this match has importance. And I told you a while back in a lot of late night boxing talk videos that I have produced for you guys that Shannon Briggs is your George Foreman. And he has a lot of importance behind him. And a lot of fighters knew this, and they don't want to give him shine because they're too busy trying to get shine themselves. But they are missing the fact that if they fight Shannon Briggs, they will get shine. So I have to commend Lucas Brown for understanding the importance of fighting this man. Okay? Shannon Briggs is a legend. Okay? And if you don't consider him a legend, then you have to consider him a legend in the making. Bottom line. Hashtag, let's go, champ.
And the ladies. Yeah. They try to hate us. Yeah. Yeah. Witness.
So the WBA officially sanctioned the super title blockbuster for Joshua Klitschko in spring 2017. Now, they're saying that it all depends on the winner of the, Joshua Molina, and the winner would get Klitschko. But let's go ahead and say that Joshua just may win this. Nobody's underestimating Molina. It's just Joshua just seems to be a little more polished, and he's hungry, he's young, and he's the champ. So let's see what's going to happen, man. I mean, boxing is coming together, man, for 2017, man. This is great. Jermell Charlo is likely to move to 160 pounds after the Williams fight. Now, this is refreshing as well. Very refreshing. Because the middleweight division doesn't have that many middleweights for certain champions or a unified champion to contend against. So let's just take this and embrace it with open arms, because this is great, man. This is awesome. As well as Triple G is reported that he will fight 3 times in 2017. Hashtag legacy fighter. Okay? No penis writing here. It's just facts. Let's get it.
The evolution is spitting, it's wicked and it's decadent. Revolutions per minute. Every time the record spit, retribution for cynics like a stick-up kid with weapons. In Brooklyn, they saying run it. The nattiest check it in. No.
Now, I have a question for you fight fans. And I honestly would like you to answer this one. Where do you see Guillermo Rigondeaux in 2017? Now, if he doesn't fight in the first quarter, I would have to say that this man should just ride off into the sunset. Simply because it's a sad thing, man, the way Rock Nation is shelving this man. They need to push this man. He has great skill. A lot of people say he's boring. But it's just the model of Cuban boxing, man, that this man carries along with him. And Guillermo Rigondeaux has the potential to become a great fighter. Now, if he hangs it up early with his record, which most would call premature, would that be his fault? I don't think so. I don't think that would be his fault. But he would definitely come up short across the bait tables, definitely. Now, Dylan White and Derek Chisora, their fight is on. And I can't wait for the presses all the way to the fight. This fight is going to be action personified, as the two already have great personalities, where you have one who loves to smack people and one who loves to kiss and tell them that, you know, he's going to fornicate with their wives. This is a lot to take in for this fight, but let's take it in. Let's try to take it in. Let's try to hold it in our chest, because this fight right here, Chisora White, is going to be a wild one, man. It's going to be crazy. It's going to be crazy. Now, on to other boxing news. Frampton Santa Cruz rematch is in the making for January 28th. We all saw the first fight, and I tell you, it was great. Action personified. I can't wait for the second one. Let's get it.
Matter the terminology, blood splatter artistically is looking like a Jackson Pollock pit, and it's a mystery. Really should be brothers united against the industry. The African diaspora scattered with shattered history.
Now, Fury has announced that he will vacate the WBO strap, which makes room for more heavyweights to contend against each other for a vacated strap, which will show the hunger and the art of the fisticuffs is going to be displayed for this title. A lot of people don't think that it's an important strap, but it is, because once you get all of them together, you become unified. And it will be great to see a lot of heavyweights throwing their hands for this match. Now, before I make this announcement, we got to get it.
The game missing me. Rapping so repetitive. Although I ain't your blood or your cousin, it's all relative. I got a gang of rhymes. And Tones beats is banging. We moving through the streets like we slanging dimes. It's mad.
Now, Thurman Garcia is being set for March 2017. That's right. Thurman versus Garcia is being set for March 2017. Hashtag Thurman Army, stand up. Let's get this fight. I am dying to be proven correct about my theory where when you fight fighters with less pedigree, you too tarnish your pedigree. And that hollow point shot goes directly to Danny Garcia. With no hate, it's just facts. Thurman has been fighting. His only weakness is he has no body. Okay? He cannot take a body shot. Collazo has proven that Sean Porter has proven that. So Keith Thurman, you have to work on your midsection. I mean, you have to learn how to take these body shots coming from these contenders, especially Danny Garcia, in which I am taking nothing away from, so the DSG fans could relax. It's just that Garcia has that left hook, and if he ain't going to throw it up top, he's definitely going to throw it at the bottom. And if he catches Keith Thurman with any type of left hook to the body, rest in peace. And you have to agree with me on this. Okay? Danny Garcia has a great pedigree. And he has to keep fighting those who have as well a great pedigree. You cannot, and I repeat, you cannot keep tarnishing yourself by fighting sulkers. Angel Garcia, you need to start telling the truth. Okay? Do not amp up your son to fight fighters that have less pedigree. That is no good for him, no good for his career, no good for his skill. Take a lot of lessons from Trinidad Sr., who never lied to his son. And when Bernard Hopkins was too much for him, hey, he let him know. So, Angel Garcia, Danny Garcia, we want you to show up March 2017, whatever date it's set for, at 100%. Because if you do lose, I mean, you're going around saying that Garcia can knock Thurman out in and under 5 rounds. Now, if this is factual, we want to see that. But now, if you get knocked out, then my whole theory on fighting lesser fighters with lesser pedigrees, and which can tarnish a great pedigree, will come to fruition and will be correct. Let's get it.
How the track's so classical. The cats who got gas tucked in they sweats like Plaxico. I'm back from my sabbatical. Voice of the future, black radical. Keeping all the damages collateral.
Now, Molina says Joshua shouldn't underestimate me. I have mentioned this in the beginning of this video, and I'm going to get into it now. And I have to say that he is correct. But the more polished fighter here, the more hungrier fighter here, the more, let's just call it elite fighter here, will be Anthony Joshua. So let me just reverse your saying, Mr. Molina, okay, and tell you that you should not underestimate Anthony Joshua. The way Martin has, the way White has, okay? Understand, he's younger, he's bigger, he's faster, he's stronger. Keep that in mind. Now, Donito Donaire and Magdaleno is set for November 5th on the Pacquiao-Vargas undercard. Now, could we actually call this, if Donaire loses, his last hurrah? I think so. Especially losing to Rigondeaux and Walters. But let's not take anything away from Donaire. Because if he wins Magdaleno, or wins over Magdaleno, then we basically have a improved Donito Donaire, who most likely may move up and fight bigger contenders. And that's going to be great. Now, Curtis Stevens wants Dave Lemieux. And he also calls him a vagina. Now, those are fighting words. And I have to tell you now, Mr. Stevens, Dave Lemieux is no pushover. He is no pushover. He can hurt you. So don't take him lightly. Now, Terence Crawford and John Molina is official. I will be back with the date. A lot of fight fans, a lot of boxing aficionados as well, are not happy with this. I, for one, am taking it for what it's worth. John Molina is a big puncher. His problem is he doesn't let his hands go too much. But if he happens to let his hands go in this fight, I think that this fight will prove those who disagree with this fight wrong. You know, John Molina's no slouch. But for some reason, when he gets tagged, he doesn't let his hands go. Terence Crawford is an ambidextrous fighter who has great skill, great pedigree. And I'm going to have to tell you this, guys. I do see a very fast and quick defeat. But at the same time, like I am saying and stating, if John Molina lets his hands go, there will be problems for Terence Crawford. Let us not sleep. Let us not sleep on John Molina. And finally, this is a bit out of the ring, but simply because of the weight issue. But I would love to see this fight. But only one fighter, which is the fighter that's wishing for this fight, would have to move up from 135 to at least 140 or 142 catch weight. It would have to be done at a catch weight, most definitely. And the fighter that he's asking for would have to move down. And that's Lomachenko talking about a fight at 135 against Manny Pacquiao. Now, I don't think that this fight will be taken at 135. Pacquiao will not be able to make 135. So let's have a little more sense here and at least call it a catchweight fight. A fight that has to be done at a catchweight of at least 142 pounds. They have to meet in the middle. Now, if Brook doesn't fight Manny Pacquiao, if he wins Vargas over, right? And this fight is talked about, it would have to be at a catchweight. No ifs, ands, buts, or maybes. It would have to be. These are fights that make sense at a catchweight. And Pacquiao coming down from 147 pounds and Lomachenko going up at 135 pounds would only make sense for them to meet up at 142 pounds. Otherwise than that, boxing fans, my fight fans, hashtag come back to boxing. This has been your boxing news for November the 2nd, 2016. Hashtag come back to boxing. Thank you for joining my fight page. I'm J.Cotto. God bless. Stay vigilant. Peace.
Let's think about all the things I've been through. The music just looking into my life as a window. It's so high tech that it's all so simple. Break it down. Even if I'm knocked down, I don't stay down. Even if I get down, I don't lay down. Hotter than a tall on the city playground. Hotter than a tall on the city playground.